Welcome back. This tutorial is going to give you an overview on how to create content pages in your ePortfolio. One of the primary tasks you will be expected to do when using ePortfolio in your courses will be to provide information or content in the form of pages or collections. In this video, I will cover creating individual pages where there will be different videos for you to watch on creating journals and collections, as well as how to share these pages. As you know, when you enter the ePortfolio system, you are first presented your dashboard. Once you have a plan for what you want your page to look like, you will need to make sure that you have uploaded the necessary files you want to include in that page. Watch the video on organizing content for ePortfolio pages if you are not familiar with how to do this. Whether you are creating pages for your course assignments or just to share with others, you must create the page within the ePortfolio system. It is important to note here that until you share a page with someone, it will remain private. No one will be able to view the page before you are ready to release it, and it can be shared with a specific person, a group of persons, or publicly to all members of the OC ePortfolio community when you are ready. There are two ways you can begin to start building pages. Either you can click on the Create section of your dashboard, or you can select the Pages and Collection option from the Create pull-down list from the menu at the upper right corner of the dashboard. Either way, you will end up in the Pages and Collection area. The first time you enter, you will most likely only see your dashboard page and your profile page, but as you can see, as you add pages, they will appear here. To create a new page, you will be selecting the button at the top right that says Add. Now, depending on your role in the system, such as a student or facilitator, you will have access to different templates. If you already have a template that has a format you like, you can select Copy, and you will be able to select the page you will copy and edit it. For this example, I am going to click Copy and select a blank page template I created. When I select the template page, I am presented the Settings page to provide basic information about that page. So the first thing I'm going to do is change the title of the page. I'm going to call this page Your Input Needed. In the description area, I'm going to put a short statement so that someone who sees the page listed will know what it is about. Then I am going to enter some tags so that if someone is searching for pages on this topic and they use one of these search terms, my page will pop up as one of their options. With that done, I can check the advanced options, and here I'm going to select a graphic for the cover image. This is optional. The image will be displayed in the listings of my pages and collections area. I will demonstrate how this works at the end of the video. I now save the page and am brought to the editing area for that page. The editing page has several icons on the right-hand side. If you have watched the video on customizing your dashboard, you will be familiar with these icons. When you mouse over the topic icon that looks like a solid rectangle, it turns to a plus sign. This allows you to add content blocks, so I will drag a new block onto this page. The configuration page for this block appears as a pop-up window on the left when I release my mouse. Now I can decide what kind of content will be included on this page. I want this page to have a PDF file for people to view or download, with a text block that explains the document, and a video that demonstrates the assignment, and then allow viewers to provide comments on the PDF or video contents. I will start with the block for the PDF download first and enter the title Download Here and select the Files to Download content type. A files bar appears at the top, and by using the pull down arrow on the right, I can either upload a file from my desktop or select a file I have previously uploaded. Since I have a PDF already in my PDF folder, I will select my file by going into my folder and clicking the check mark next to the file name. My selected file appears at the top of the page. The last thing you select about a block is whether it is retractable or not, given that some types of content can take a large portion of your page when displayed. Making an item retractable means that when someone clicks on it, it can be hidden or opened. Sometimes in a page that has a lot of content, it is helpful for the reader to be able to open different sections to keep them from scrolling down the page to find what they are interested in. This may be something you have to play with. If you say no, then you will need to make a decision about how large the block is when it's displayed on the page. If you select yes or automatically, it allows the viewer to determine if they want to view it. Here, I will select no for retractable, as I want the list of files to appear in the block. And now, since my decisions are made, I can save the block. You can see my new block appears on the editing page now. The next block I'm ready to add is the block for viewing the PDF file. So once again, I drag a new block onto the page. It really doesn't matter where I put it, because when I release it, I will get a new configuration page where I will name the block. I will call this one Assignment 1 Description. By clicking on the Show More button in the Content Types area, I find a button for PDF. Clicking that creates the file bar, and by selecting the pull down arrow on the right side, I am given the listing of my files area. By clicking the PDF files folder name, I find the Assignment 1 PDF again and click the checkbox on the right side of the file name. I can now see the file name on the file bar. Now I decide on whether the block will be retractable or not. For my example, I will say no and save the block. Now for the text block, I will once again drag a new block onto the page using the plus sign icon. I will name this block Instructions and select the text content type by clicking on the Text button. When I do this, I am given an editing window where I can type in my instructions. I have my text saved in a Word file, so I am just going to paste it here. You will notice that this window has a toolbar on the top, and if I click the down arrow on the upper left side of the toolbar, I am presented a number of formatting options that I can use to make my text interesting, such as bolding some of my statement or highlighting some of the words. Again, I select no for retractable and save the block. The last type of content block that I will create is the block which allows me to share videos. So once again, I will drag a new block onto the page and name it, and then I will need to click the Show More button several times before I can find the external media content type. It is important that you use the external media for videos, as you are limited to how much storage you have available to you in the ePortfolio system. When you select this content type, the only thing you need to do is paste in the URL from YouTube or Powtoon. Then you can set the size of the viewing window, or you can leave this blank and resize it once you save it. To show you how to do this, I will leave the sizes blank, and then I can add tags and make it retractable just like the other blocks. Once I have completed adding the content blocks to the page, it is time to review the layout of my page. Because the size and placement of these content blocks are dynamic, you can move them around to where you would like them on the page and then play with the resizing of each block. So as I said earlier, I want to make sure the viewers can see the PDF and scroll through it, but also want them to notice the other components of the page. So I will place the instructions, video, and download blocks at the top of the page and then add the PDF viewing block below them. Since I did not state a size for the video, I'm going to resize it so a preview screen is shown by using the arrow in the lower right corner to resize the block. You can see how the other blocks will be shifted as I resize this block. So getting the right display size is important for the layout of your page. Then I will increase the size of the PDF viewing block so that viewers can see that it is a document they can scroll through. Now I am happy with my layout. Once the layout looks good to me, I can check the way the page will be displayed to others by clicking on the icon on the right that looks like a computer screen. You will see that the comment block will be automatically appended to the page at the bottom. This will occur for all pages you create, given the intention of ePortfolio is to be a social community of learners. Now, I believe this page is ready to share, which is the last step of the creation process. To complete this step, I need to return to the editing page by clicking on the pencil icon on the right side of the window. To share the page, I click on the icon on the right side of the screen that looks like a lock. I am presented a search option to identify who I want to share the page with. Once you have made the selections and saved the sharing options, your page is complete and available. However, it is advised that you wait until you are absolutely sure the page is ready before you share it. You can always return to the page later or view the video on sharing content for other ways to ensure your pages are available to those you wish to see it. Whether you share it at this point or not, you can return to your Pages and Collection area by clicking on the last icon on the right that looks like a back arrow. You will see your updated list of pages, and as you can see, the cover image we selected in the first step is displayed for this new page we just created. Now remember, if you find that you have not adequately planned for your page design, you can always go back and edit it and add more content, move things around, and improve your page. Click on the three dots in the lower right corner of the page and select Edit to enter the editing area for your page, and you can continue to update the page. This concludes this tutorial on creating pages in ePortfolio. Because I have only covered a few types of content blocks, I recommend you take the time to explore the richness of the content types you can utilize when building your ePortfolio pages. Remember, any page you create remains private until you share it, so you can create practice pages to sharpen your design and editing skills.